What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Steph, growing in zone 6B. If you are here for the first time, welcome for the first time. So I am on my deck, y'all, getting ready to start some fall seeds. I had started some about a couple of weeks ago. I started some on July 4th. I started some seeds. Some of them germinated, but the germination wasn't great. And so I'm gonna go ahead and start some more because I want to make sure that I have a fall garden that's flourishing. Now, do I have space to put all this stuff? No, I don't. But will I? Yes. And I'll tell you what varieties I'm starting, why I chose those varieties, and how I'm starting those varieties. So come on, let's get into it. So first of all, in Ohio, I always consider not only how many days to harvest, but how many days that plant takes to germinate, and also how much sunlight I'm going to get. Because just because something takes 60 or 75 days doesn't mean that the days aren't going to get shorter and the sunlight is not going to move. And so that makes a difference in where I plant in my garden and what I plant. And so considering those things, I'm going to let y'all know what I am starting. Mostly that consideration comes from some of the warm weather crops. So it is still time to plant another round of tomatoes. You cannot plant tomatoes from seed, but if you have some mature plants that are really healthy, you can propagate a few of those stems in soil or water and get a new plant without having to start something from seed. You don't have time to do that. Well, I don't believe we have time to do that, but you can still propagate and plant that way. I'm going to try watermelons. Now, watermelons are risky. The sugar babies have 68 days. You see that says 68 days, but I'm just going to say that that's got to be probably 75 days. Because if you think about it, the plant has to germinate. That's going to take a couple of days, which it should do quickly in this heat. And then it has to get established in the ground. So all of that takes about a week or two. So I'm going to say, really 75 to 80 days. I always add like 10 to 14 days or so onto the whatever it says, days to harvest. Because I don't think that they're factoring in that it takes a while for these plants to germinate. Like if I look on this, see how this says, now don't get got, y'all. So I'm gonna make a point here. Don't get got. Now, you see how this says sugar baby watermelon, right? 68 days to harvest. What that say? 68 days to harvest, right? If I turn this package around, this says days to harvest 68 to 86 days. Y'all see that right there at the bottom where my finger at? 68 to 86 days, which means from now you might as well say 90 days. So this is how you can tell whether you have enough time or not. So today is July 12th, I think. So you got August, September, October 12th, which will give you 90 full days. Now you might be able to pull that off, but you're going to be pushing it, and the plants really would have to get established right away. The sugar baby, no, that was the sugar baby. Now the black diamond says 75 days. On the back it says 75 to 95 days. 95 days is almost 100 days. That means we're looking at November. July, August, September, October, into October, going into November. Y'all know how it be in November. Y'all ain't never seen nobody grow no watermelons in November. With that being said, I'm going to try it anyway. But I don't think that they are going to make it because the front of the package says 75 days to harvest, which is a little bit misleading to me, because if you look at the back of the package, it lets you know you really need almost 100 days. And 75 days and 100 days makes a huge difference. So just something to pay attention to. But anyway, what else am I planting? So I got these broccoli plants. This is the Sikio, however you say it. So I'm gonna do those. Broccoli can go into November, really, and be okay. I wouldn't say December, because December, once it starts to snow, despite how cold hardy it is, we're not gonna get enough. I don't think that we're gonna get enough sun unless you're growing in a high tunnel or a greenhouse. I don't think that we're gonna get enough sun, and I do think that a little bit of frost is okay, but I think a hard frost is not. And it says that it is, but you know, to me, in my microclimate in my yard is what I look at. I'm risking it. Now, if I was farther south Ohio, then maybe. But this one is 45 to 85 days till maturity. That's a huge difference. 45 days is a month and a half. 85 days is almost 3 months. So again, looking at that, depends on your microclimate. But broccoli, that's probably a safe bet. We're gonna go ahead on and do it. And I'm gonna do let me grab my tray. 2 or 3 seeds here. This is the 250 cell tray. I can plant out my whole garden in this tray and not even use the whole tray. Am I gonna try to use the whole tray? Yep. Do I have space for the whole tray? No. Am I doing it anyway? Yes. So anyway, I'm gonna go 2 seeds per cell. This is the Secchio broccoli. And really another thing that I started to do, y'all, is not get stingy with the seeds. Now, historically, I'll tell y'all what I have done. I have went ahead and I would be putting 2 seeds, 3 seeds, and I would only plant 1 tray and all of that. You know, I don't do that anymore. I go ahead and plant in abundance. I'm still learning, so I gotta have something for user error. And B, I need to have something extra in case the animals eat my stuff. I live in an urban area, and the animals, you know, here in Ohio, be standing on business. So, at any rate, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm gonna plant in an abundance so that I make sure that I have something. Now, in the spring time, I had some beautiful, I mean beautiful broccoli plants. And do you know, as soon as they started to head up, the animal ate them. Y'all, I was so disappointed. My heart was hurting so bad. But you know, that's how it goes for gardening. So anyway, it's my label. We're gonna keep it moving. Now, I'm gonna also plant this Green Magic hybrid, which I was watching. Whose video was I watching? I was watching maybe the Garden Family. They are also in Ohio, and it looks like from their videos they have a lot larger space than I do. But they had mentioned that the Green Magic broccoli is very prolific, and so I figure, you know, if they in Ohio and I'm in Ohio, I figure I would give it a try. So I think they might be further south than me though. But if this Green Magic broccoli works well, then I am going to keep it in the rotation. Now, I started some collards already. I have 3, 4, 5 collard green plants already growing. I don't necessarily have to start any more of those right now, but my stuff is starting to blow. It's a little bit of wind out here. I might anyway, just because I really just, in my mind, I'm gonna have this luscious, full, pick my seeds up, this luscious full garden and that's what I want to have. And so I am going to start some collards, and these collard green seeds are old. They from 2022, and the germination shows that they from 2022. And so I have to plant a lot more of these. Like, I planted a whole row of these collard green seeds, and only a few actually germinated. So at this point, these have very low germination because the seeds are old. And I was surprised because I didn't think that collards would have poor germination like that. But you know, from 2022, what is this, 2026? That's 4 years. Yeah, they starting to go downhill a little bit with the germination. So I'm gonna start some, not expecting this full cell to germinate, but we'll see how it does. And here is my label. Now I got these southern collards too, so I'm gonna do these southern collards. I guess I'm gonna try this early purple sprouting broccoli. I don't know if I'll get anything. I have never gotten anything off this. I was watching Charles Dowding, and he said this early purple sprouting is really best in the spring. But I haven't had success either way. I got some cauliflower. I'm gonna start this snowball cauliflower. It says 70 to 80 days. I ain't gonna do that one because, you know, that's taking too long. Now this one says 65 to 70 days. This is a Snowball X, and the other one is a Snowball. And I think the Snowball X might have, maybe they've modified it so that it gets done quicker. So I'm gonna try that one. I'm gonna go ahead and do some beets, red beets. They nasty to me, but I'm gonna do them anyway. I've done lots of beans already. So I've been succession planting beans. I haven't gotten a pole bean yet because these animals is out here eating up my pole beans, which I would normally have done a trap and release by now, but I've been lazy, y'all. I haven't really felt like it, but I need to get on it because they're around here doing an awful lot, digging and stuff and knocking stuff down and just back here having a party while I'm in the house. And so I'm not a fan of that. But I'm gonna do some Cherokee wax. I'll direct seed these. Now I don't know whether I've never had a wax bean before. Is that like a green bean? It looks like a green bean, but is it a green bean? I don't know. We'll do some carrots. This is the last pack of carrots I got. I have not had a good carrot harvest this season yet. And I have sown a lot of seeds, but I have very few plants out there, which I'm really quite disappointed about. Probably do some more of these green beans. This is a bush bean. They haven't messed with my bush beans because they're in the green stalk, which y'all seen on the last video. It is still time to do okra. Okra is 58 days. And I'm getting ready to do, this is a Green Express cabbage. This Green Express, I felt like something was biting me on my leg, y'all. This Green Express cabbage is supposed to go quickly. It's a 50 to 59 day. It's supposed to get done very quickly. And so, but it says best if you start, but if it says best starts begin indoors 6 to 8 weeks prior. So even though this is a 60-day, they recommending that you start them early. And so what that tells me is, in order to get this 50 to 59 days, I might need to add on an extra maybe month or two. I don't know. It says germinates in 4 to 12 days. Thin out, best starts every 18 to 24 inches. Once true leaves established. Ready to harvest at about 70 days. So, yeah. So then I'm right. You gotta add, so I'm gonna add on the germination time. So it says 50 to 59 days, but in 70 days, I should be able to get some cabbage. Y'all know I'll be having to think stuff through. Y'all stick with me now. So I'm gonna do those. I don't think that I'm gonna do any Copenhagen because this says 65 days, and this Copenhagen is probably gonna take 80 or 90 days. So I think I'm gonna just do the Express. I'm gonna do this Red Express as well. I've never gotten a red cabbage at all, but this gonna be the year, y'all. Watch. So I'm gonna do the Red Express. I'm not gonna do them Red Acres. I was gonna do some Brussels sprouts. Should I do some Brussels sprouts? I don't think they're gonna make it. Thinking through it, y'all. This say 90 days out the gate. And I'm gonna try it. Let me try some Brussels because they're cold hardy. And then I'm gonna do this self-blanching cauliflower. So this is the cauliflower that I said I was gonna do in lieu of the regular snowball because it takes too long. So y'all done see me out here pondering on stuff. Y'all done see me out here pondering, thinking about it, and all the things. So for right now, that's what I'm starting. In the next couple weeks, I'll probably do some lettuce and maybe some mustard greens. And then I got another bag of seed potatoes that I'm gonna try to throw in a grow bag. And so yeah y'all, that's about it. You know, we're gonna get things going and get ready for the fall, and hopefully I've dealt with this animal issues by then. All right, y'all take care. Let me know if you've started your fall seeds already. Let me know, and I'll talk to y'all on the next video. Y'all take care, and bye for now.